This is Kenny the Handyman, and today I'd like to show you how to fix a common problem that happens with many AC units over time. So when our air conditioning unit first started up, it would make a funny sound, almost like a strain on the motor. So I decided to go ahead and get an AC tune-up guy over here to just take a look at it. And what he said is basically, he said it needs a new startup capacitor, and he wanted to charge me $560 something for that. Just doing a quick search on the internet, I found that that part is only a $15 part, and it's pretty simple to do that replacement myself. Probably only take me 10 minutes to do that. So I said, no thanks, I'll pass. So I'm going to show you how to do it yourself. So before we open up this access panel, we're going to want to make sure we kill power to the unit, and that's pretty easy to do by opening up the power panel here and pulling out the breaker panel. So the fuse, there we go. So now there will be no power going to that unit. Now to get at this access panel, it's real easy. There's just like 2 screws on the bottom of the panel, and this is a pretty common configuration for these air conditioning condensing units. So we'll just take this out. It's also a good idea to get yourself a magnetic screw holder. And get this out as well. That way you don't lose your screws. Okay, panel comes out real easily. And there's your startup capacitor right there. Real easy to get at. Before you go touching that unit though, you want to be careful, because even with the power off, the capacitor holds a pretty high charge in it, and if you touch the terminals, you can get yourself shocked pretty good. So I'm going to wear gloves, and we're going to actually test that capacitor once I get it out. So I'm going to remove the terminals, and I'm going to be using it with the glove on my hand just so I don't shock myself. And this has a common, which is usually the red and the purple wire. Those go to the common terminal. And then it has a fan. And anyways, I took a picture of the color of the wires, what terminals they go to. And then it's usually held in place with just a little bracket here. I'm going to take that out. Capacitor out here, and you could short the terminals together to make sure that it's discharged, but these things can even build up a charge even after you do that. So next thing you're going to want to do is to test it with your capacitor meter, just to verify that this capacitor is good or bad. In this case, the AC man told me that it was not good. This is a 45/5 microfarad capacitor. And you can take your multifunction meter, and many of them have a capacitance range on it. So I put it on the capacitance range, and we are going to test out this unit now. So this startup capacitor has 3 terminals labeled C, fan, and Herm. So the C is for the common terminal, and we're going to connect an alligator clip to that, to my meter. And then the fan, and the Herm is for the, that's for the fan, and then the Herm is for the compressor terminal. So between the capacitance between the fan should be 5 microfarads in this, for this particular capacitor. So this one's a dual capacitor. So 5 microfarads, this should be my reading. And what do we have here? Taking a while to build up charge. There we go. We have 5 microfarads, just about. Now, for the compressor capacitance, we're going to put that on there, and that is taking a while to build up. So that may be what the problem is. It's reading about 41.5. So maybe that's about ready to fail. So it's still working, but not maybe as good as it should. So now we are going to try the new capacitor. So I purchased this dual 45 microfarad / 5 microfarad capacitor for 15 bucks, and it's a direct replacement for the one that the AC guy wanted to charge me over 500 for. So we'll test this one out before I put it in. So first we're going to test the capacitance on the fan side, and that is a little over 5 microfarads. Now we'll test it on the compressor side, and that is taking a while to build up, and it's 46.4 microfarads. So I don't know, this one's reading higher than the old one, so it should work. So before I took out the old capacitor, I took my other phone and took a picture of the exact wiring location. And in this case, for this capacitor, the red and purple wire go to the common terminal, the brown wire goes to the fan terminal, and the yellow wire goes to the compressor terminal. So I put it back in the same order with the new compressor. Now that we got the new capacitor back in place, I'm just going to put the cover back on and put the breaker fuse back in, and we'll test it out and see if she works. There you have it. It's working great. Hope this helps.